To start the game and a 6-0 score with 3 minutes into the game. Utah State leading UT Arlington. Azor
throw it to him.
Works it left. Shot with the floater with the right hand up and in by Montez Young.
Well, I guess we're not going to see any post play. They won't throw it to the big fella.
Yeah, you want to feed the beast there, and they're not giving it to him. Horvath gets to the baseline. Guarded closely by Levi, a mismatch, and the ball knocked out of his hands. No foul on the play. Quickly going down the court is Young. Young trying to attack. Rolls over Rylan Jones, and guess what? Rylan just picked up a Snickers bar.
Well, he is really he has a knack for that one. That's a tough way to take it, but he's in what they're calling now a legal guarding position, meaning he doesn't have to be stopped. He can be moving backwards, and he just did a great job of creating that legal guarding position. Shoulders squared, takes it right in the chest on the move.
All right, you got to tell the story about the Snickers bar.
Well, that's from the Little League team. When the Little League players on Jonesy's team, the Aggies would take a charge, they'd get a Snickers bar.
Idle rock the three, missed it, but there's the man himself, Justin Bean, to clean it up and get it up and in.
Very good. He's quiet in the crowd there. Got to keep them in their chairs.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's a great incentive for young kids to take a charge, and I tried to implement that with my teams going throughout the years, my boys as well.
Baseline drive, cut off. Foul is going to go against Utah State. Aggies lead 8-2 with 15:53 left to go here in the first half. Brings us to our first media timeout. Utah State leading 8-2. You're listening to Aggie Basketball from Learfield.
I'm an Aggie, and I protect the nation's water supply.
I'm an Aggie. I grow plants in space.
I'm an Aggie. I make the world earthquake resistant.
I'm an Aggie. I empower youth to take action on worldwide issues.
We applaud their achievements, but they don't do it alone. We thank you for supporting the scholarships and programs that help these students pursue the impossible. You're an Aggie, and your giving matters.
Credit Union featuring the academic success of USU student athletes on various social media channels. So keep a tab on the Utah State Athletic page. All brought to you by America First Credit Union as they'll present those spotlights through you throughout the week. 15:53 left to go here in the first half. Utah State out to an early 8-2 lead over UT Arlington. And Coach, this is about what you wanted to see. Aggies get pretty much everything they want at the rim.
Yeah, good start, controlling the boards and then downhill on the fast break. Really exactly the start that we wanted and hit on those keys to the game perfectly.
All right, Aggies led in scoring with Justin Bean, who's got 4, Horvath with 2, Idle Rock with 2 as well. The Aggies 57% from the field, whereas UT Arlington shooting 25%.
Hey, I'll rally back to that little team that Coach Joan coached. We're going to have 3 kids from that team on this Aggie lineup next year.
Coming up next season?
Falsliv, Brenchley, and Jones.
Yeah.
Pretty good youth team, I would say.
I know the coaching staff are fired up about Falsliv for sure.
Yeah, that was a big announcement. And
Azor gets the baseline jumper to go. Aggies lead 8-4 over UT Arlington. Rylan Jones bounce pass to Bean. Bean outside the three-point line. Gives it back to Jones. Jones on the left wing, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it to Brock. Brock then back to Bean.
Turn it. There you go.
There you go. Get into the lane. Kick it out to Brock. Brock for 3. Looks good. It is good. Put it on the board. Brock Miller for 3. Aggies up 11-4.
Let's talk about RJ on that play. What a difference. He drove in there, didn't force it, kicked it out, open 3. Great team basketball.
I know the coaches thought he may have forced things a little bit too much on the road trip, but there was a good look. As, by the way, Arlington able to come down, get a layup, and it's 11-6 with 15 minutes left to go here in the first half.
Like to see a guy that will adjust his game to meet with the team.
Nice pass down low. Rylan Jones to Horvath. He is blocked at the rim. That is a block shot against UT Arlington. Probably should have been a foul, too.
Yeah, maybe use the other side, use the rim as a protector, and shoot a reverse layup there.
Levi works it left, and a travel, maybe a little bit of a makeup call, as Mwamba got the feet moving before he started driving with the ball.
Yeah, this, I'm always a little suspicious. Maybe the referees have an early flight. I don't know. So, letting it go a little bit. Of course, this is a, grinder preseason game. So
11-6, Utah State up by 5. Stephen Ashworth comes in. R.J. Idlerock checks out. That's kind of been a steady rotation that Coach Odom's gone with. About the 5 minutes into the game, Idlerock comes out and Ashworth comes in.
Yeah, steady. We like that, steady.
Rylan Jones.
Oh,
and we got what, a illegal screen?
Yeah, illegal screen on Horvath.
And the coach or the official describing it as he kind of slid his hip. Looked like a little bit of a dance move the official had out there.
Sometimes when it's a slip play and you're looking for mismatch at the basket, you tend to swing your hip out a little bit because you don't want to set a really long screen and get caught up. And so that's what they're seeing, and they've been calling that consistently for about 3 years.
Into the game for the first time this year, Carson Bischoff gets the green light and is playing in this game tonight. The former Utah State walk-on with Craig Smith teams transferred. Long three-point shot attempt is missed, and Ashworth pulls it down. But talked to Carson a little bit before the game, and he thought there might be a chance he could go in this game. Ashworth rotates it left to Jones, over to Bean. Bean baseline jumper, up and good. That's automatic with him.
Yeah, you can count on that like Sunday pot roast.
Death, taxes, and that baseline jumper.
That's right. There you go.
Levi to Bischoff. Weber high grad, Carson Bischoff.
Good player.
Gets it on the left wing. You know he wants to shoot, but they're going to get him with an offensive foul.
Rojas with an illegal screen.
That's another name that Aggie fans might remember. Lazaro Rojas, 6'11", 239-pound senior, played for Fresno State.
Yeah. That transfer portal brings you a lot of players back on different colored uniforms, that's for sure. Well, we're fortunate as well, though.
Oh, yeah. Look, it's the world you're going to live in. You're going to see a 6-7 player transition every year on every team. Ashworth on the right wing, rocking the lime green shoes. Hand over to Rylan Jones. Jones back to Ashworth. Ashworth controlling the dribble. 15 seconds, 14 seconds. Finally gets it to Brock. Brock back to Ashworth. Ashworth drives, loses the handle, needs to get rid of it. Back to Brock Miller. Straightaway three. Yes! Ashworth to Brock Miller. Miller's got 6. Aggies lead by 10, 16-6.
Yeah, Miller's first half stats this season have been phenomenal, and that, especially when we get a drive penetration and pass out from the front of the rim.
Mwamba looking for Bischoff. Instead has to hand it to Levi, up top to Azor. Azor finally kicks it over to Shamar Wilson into the game. Thought about taking the long two. Instead gets into lane, crashes, has to kick it out. Long three by Bischoff is up and good. Carson Bischoff, former Aggie, and that is one thing he can do and do well, is shoot the three. Brock Miller takes an early three, and he knocks it down from the left wing. Brock Miller's got 9 in the first half. Aggies up 19-9.
Yes, sir.
12:36 left to go here in the first half. Next dead ball. R.J. Idlerock's going to come back into the game. Levi works it right. Another three by Bischoff and almost went for him. Instead, Trevin Doris is able to pull down the rebound. Quickly down the court is Ashworth. And he gets fouled by Bischoff. Stuck a hip into him. Draws the foul with 12:23 left to go here in the first half. Castro and Hoiberg set to check in. Jack Hoiberg, transfer from Michigan State. Only playing about 20 minutes a game.
Transfer from Michigan State?
Yep. Cross court on the inbound to Idlerock. Got caught up in traffic. Hands over to Brock. Over to Ashworth. He'll take the three. He knocks down the three. Stephen Ashworth for three. Aggies up by 13, 22-9. 12:10 left to go here in the first half. Hoiberg must be rocking a broken nose using the old Rip Hamilton faceplate. Up top to Wilson. Wilson right to Mwamba. Being guarded by Bean. Hands over to Hoiberg. Hoiberg drives, cut off, spin, tries to lay it up with the right hand and gets it to go.
Oh, church league.
Jack Hoiberg gets the nice jumper. R.J. Idlerock back to Ashworth. He'll take another three. No good. Off the back of the iron, and the rebound ripped down by UT Arlington.
Sorry, go ahead.
Aggies up by 11, 22-11. Another long two. Shot and missed by Castro, and Ashworth quickly down the court with the rebound. Crossover dribble, then hands to R.J. Idlerock. Gives it to Trevin Doris. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Utah State when we come back. 22-11. 11:26 left to go first half action. You're listening to Aggie Basketball from Learfield.
Staker Parson Companies has built a preferred source for sand, rock, and landscape products, ready-mix concrete, asphalt, paving, and construction services in your community for over 65 years. From the parks you play in to the roads you drive on, you can count on the Staker Parson team to deliver quality products and projects safely, timely, and efficiently.
For more information or career opportunities, visit stakerparson.com.
I'm an Aggie, and I protect the nation's water supply.
I'm an Aggie. I grow plants in space.
I'm an Aggie. I make the world earthquake resistant.
I'm an Aggie. I empower youth to take action on worldwide issues.
We applaud their achievements, but they don't do it alone. We thank you for supporting the scholarships and programs that help these students pursue the impossible. You're an Aggie, and your giving matters.
I'm an Aggie, and I protect
from the field and 4 of 8 from 3. So it's raining threes here today for Utah State. They're cooking.
Yeah, 9 made field goals off 8 assists, so we're really keeping that ball moving. And I think, the outside shooting is really the difference. And the last time they played here, when we had UC Davis, I mean, we were taking quick shots off a dribble, 3-point shots off a dribble, not off a dribble penetration, but off our own dribble. And I thought today, so far we've shown that we're going to move the ball around. 8 assists on 9 field goals shows you that we're getting that ball moving and creating open shots for our teammates.
Good crowd here from the locals. Again, the students most out of town with the Thanksgiving break, but as far as the locals go, it's been a nice night tonight.
Yeah, I think Saturday evening basketball in Cache Valley, as the weather starts to change, is really something special, and our local crowd has really shown that to be the fact tonight.
24 seconds on the shot clock. Inbound to Dorius. Dorius gets underneath, muscles up at the rim and blocked at the rim. And the rebound ripped down by UT Arlington. Hoiberg rotates it left to Bischoff. Then hand over to Castro, trying to drive baseline. Picked up by Bean. Turn around, takes the long jumper, and wow, misses everything. And Dorius comes down with it. Over to Ashworth to Bean. Bean with 4 points on the night. Kicks it back to Ashworth. He'll take another 3, and that will not go for him. Looked like it was going to go in for a moment. Instead, Aku's able to tip it over to Carson Bischoff. Rotates it left to Hoiberg. Hoiberg guarded by R.J. Idlerock. Looking for a screen from Mako. Works to the right side of the court. Drives, kicks. Right baseline 3 is up, and it is no good. And another rebound ripped down by Trevin Dorius. Outlets it to Ashworth. Aggies lead 22-11. 10:42 left to go here in the first half.
Idlerock starting the offense. I like that. We did that down against OU.
Idlerock on the elbow. Kicks it to Ashworth. To Bean, to Ashworth, to Idlerock. Drives, dishes it down low to Dorius, can't finish, and is fouled on the way up. He'll have 2 free throws.
So close.
So Trevin Dorius is going to have 2 free throws coming up. On the season, Trevin Dorius started good from the free throw line and then is 4 of 9 on the season. I think he made his first 3, if memory serves me right. Dorius, first free throw is up and no good. One more.
That's a good-looking shot. Mechanically, there's not a huge flaw to look at. It's just a little hard.
Yep.
Lacks that little bit of a shooter's touch, but his mechanics are good. You can tell he's been working on it.
Yep. Rylan Jones comes in. Yeah. There you go, Trevin Dorius knocks down the free throw. He's 1 for 2 on that trip.
Solid 50%.
Yep. Brock Miller checks out. Hoiberg crosses the timeline. Aggies switch. Azor rotates it up to Castro, rotates it left to Hoiberg. Hoiberg up against Rylan Jones, tries to throw the alley-oop. Dorius is there to knock it away. He's looking for Akko. Rylan Jones controlling the dribble, drives, gets in the lane, kicks it over to Idlerock. Idlerock for 3, no good. Aggies drying up a little bit from 3. After a hot start, have missed their last 2. Hands over to Hoiberg. Hoiberg on the right wing. Gives it to Azor. Azor guarded closely by Bean. Tries to cross him over, takes the long 2 and knocks it down. 23-13. Aggies lead by 10. Largest lead in this game has been 12. Reverse layup by Bean, up and good. Wow. The Aggies push the lead back to 12, 25-13.
Again, just a phenomenal body control, able to use the rim as a protector and use that reverse layup. The horns action by UT Arlington.
Azor to Young, back to Azor. Gets by Bean, takes the layup, and gets it to go. Bean upset with himself as he got caught on the crossover. Doesn't happen very often, but he got him.
Oh, that was a quick head fake. That's a good crossover there.
Rylan Jones is fouled. And into the game will come Brandon Horvath. Aggies lead by 10, 25-15. Z Hamoda into the game. Z had some good moments. They really like what he's doing there. And again, the message to him, coach, young player, super athletic. And they're like, look, the offense is going to come. Just go out there, play really good, strong defensive minutes, and everything else will just kind of fall into place. Don't worry if your shot's not falling. Things are going to be all right.
Yeah, great advice. I would recommend that he rebound a lot.
Horvath looking to drive. Cut off, though. Needs to get rid of it. Finally gets it over to Rylan Jones. 15 seconds. Quick three by Rylan is missed off the front of the iron. Ripped down by Mwamba. Hands over to Levi, crossing the timeline. Back to Azor. Azor just hit a nice jumper. Gets around a screen. Drops it down to to number 12. That is Rojas, who's able to lay it up and in and draw the foul.
Yeah, Rojas is a solid player, moves without the basketball, and right now, number 4, Azor is giving us some headaches. We can't guard him off the bounce, and that's creating some mismatch, kind of helper opportunity. Being a little late there ends up with pushing a hand in the back and an easy and one.
So Rojas gets the bucket and gets the and one. Aggies have led by as many as 13 here in the first half, and now the lead is 7 as Rojas hits the free throw. By the way, I know I'm going to jinx this, but UT Arlington, one of the worst free throw shooting teams in the country, ranked number 351 in free throw shooting at about 59%. Rylan Jones gets into the elbow, spins into the lane, and his ball is ripped away from him. Another turnover, and here comes Rojas, puts the foot on the gas, attacks the rim, and misses at the rim. RJ Idlerock comes away with it. He wants to run. Does not have numbers, does not care. Kiss off the glass, gets it to go. As RJ Idlerock taking it coast to coast.
Yeah, great job. 2-on-1. He had Ryland out open for a 3. Chooses to attack the smaller man and lay it up over him. Probably an and one.
27-18, Aggies lead by 9. With Levi to Rojas, working it right. Back to Levi. Levi spins into the lane, gets around Rylan Jones, and does not get the layup to go, but they will call a foul on Rylan Jones. As that brings us to our under 8 timeout. Aggies up by 9, 27-18. You're listening to Aggie basketball from Learfield.
Oldest play against the zone in basketball.
29-20. Levi gets to the left wing, gets it to Rojas, and the sky hook is up and in.
Yeah, I mean, he's unfortunately he's playing behind 0, but he's a really good post player.
Horvath outside the three-point line, kicks it right to Hamoda. Hamoda will take the quick, long jumper, will not go for him. A little bit out of the offense, kick it over to Levi. Levi crossing the timeline. Carson Bischoff into the game. Levi cut off in traffic, hands over to Rojas. Back up top to Levi. 21 seconds left to go here on the shot clock. Aggies up 29-22, 7-point lead. Levi trying to cross over Idlerock, gets in the lane, attacks the rim, knocked out of his hands. They'll call a late foul though against Utah State, sending Levi back to the free throw line.
I'd like to put the no jump shot rule on Hamoda for a little while until he attack the rim. You're athletic, right? You use a jump stop, head fake, get the usually a smaller defender. He's in the 2-guard position right now, and use your head fake, get him in the air, and then jump over the top of him.
Foul on the floor. No shots coming up. Bischoff will inbound for UT Arlington. They put 20 back on the shot clock. Hand over to Azor, and his jumper is missed, but Rojas is able to pull down the rebound. Rotate it left to Bischoff. Bounce pass back to Rojas. Up against Hamoda. Let's see if he attacks him. Faces up, instead kicks it back up top to Levi. Or to Azor, excuse me. Swings it left, long 3, up and missed, and Rylan Jones comes away with it. Montez Young unable to get the 3 to go. Hamoda has a good lane, but instead kicks over to Idlerock. Back to Jones, rotates it right to Bean, back to Jones. Jones gets a screen from Bean, decides to put his head down, drive, kick it to Bean. Bean attacks, reverse layup once again and gets it to go. He is so good finishing at the rim this year, Coach.
He has got to patent that move, a little up and under and use the rim. But Rylan, great job, 2-on-1 attack, draws the defense and kicks it the perfect time.
31-22, Aggies lead by 9. Mwamba on the right wing, back to Azor. Azor trying to work around a Rojas screen into the lane, kick it left. Bishop's got a good look. Baseline 3 is up and good. Bishop 2 for 3 to start the game. The former Aggie has got 6 points on the night tonight, 31-25. His first game of the year has been dealing with back injuries, and he has the lead down to 6 for Utah State. Justin Bean, cross-court pass to Hamoda, wide open 3. Yes, there you go. Z Hamoda, long 3, buries it.
Well, like I said, let him shoot from outside. He's a great shooter.
But it's in rhythm. It's in the offense.
Sure.
It's a good look.
Yeah, you betcha.
That last 2 was not.
Yeah, I agree. That's a great point.
Bishop being guarded by Idle Rock. Hands to Rojas, who kicks it then left. Trying to get it to Bishop. He gets to the free throw line. Guarded closely, though, by Idle Rock. Hands to Rojas up against Horvath. Puts an elbow in, spins, and are they going to get him with the travel? Nope, they're going to get him with Horvath with a foul. Aggie fans are, let's say, not thrilled with that.
Yeah, the way the game's been going, obviously it doesn't fit in the flow, but when you do put 2 hands in the back of a post player, it's a foul, but I think he's been equally banged like that on the other side.
Second foul on Horvath, so that means Dorius is going to check in, and Horvath is going to have a bit of a breather, try to avoid getting that third foul.
Yeah, and by his reaction, that could come quickly. Got to keep yourself under control and stay, whether you agree with the call or not.
Bishop finally gets the inbound up top to Levi. Aggies lead by 9, 34-25, under 5 minutes to go here in the game. Bishop wanted to take that 3, but lost the handle, had to pick it up off the court. Gives it to Akko. Then right to Levi. Levi baseline, kick it all the way up to the elbow. Akko with the jumper is missed, and Brock Miller comes away with it. Miller then to Jones. Jones works the left wing. Gets a screen from Dorius. Attacks. Bounce pass to Hamoda. Back to Dorius. Dorius in the lane. Puts the shot off the glass and miss it. No good. And the rebound ripped down by Levi. 34-25. Aggies lead by 9. Nice crossover dribble. Levi kicks it left to Akko, and he gets the bucket over the top of Dorius and draws the foul. It'll be an and-one opportunity from UT Arlington.
Yeah. So, he does a lot defensively, Dorius does for us, and really protecting that rim, but here just a little bit, late getting back after a missed basket and ends up poor and one attempt here.
Akko on the season, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, so he's perfect on the line this year, Coach.
Good job.
And no, I tried. He's 3 for 3. He made it.
No reverse jinx.
Now 34-28, a 6-point lead after the Aggies led by as many as 13. UT Arlington not going away. Hoiberg, who seems like a pretty good player, back into the game for UT Arlington.
Yeah, solid.
Over
defender.
to Hamoda, who just hit a big 3. Hands over to Ryland Jones. Jones gets a screen from Dorius. Gets in the lane. Jones still down low. Can't get rid of it. Finally hands it to Bean. Bean attacks. Bean in the lane. And a foul will go against UT Arlington. 3:57 left to go here in the first half. Aggies lead by 6, 34-28. You're listening to Aggie basketball from Learfield.
I'm an Aggie, and I protect the nation's water supply.
I'm an Aggie. I grow plants in space.
I'm an Aggie. I make the world earthquake resistant.
I'm an Aggie. I empower youth to take action on worldwide issues.
We applaud their achievements, but they don't do it alone. We thank you for supporting the scholarships and programs that help these students pursue the impossible. You're an Aggie, and your giving matters.
Staker Parson Companies has built a preferred source for sand, rock, and landscape products, ready-mix concrete, asphalt, paving, and construction services in your community for over 65 years. From the parks you play in to the roads you drive on, you can count on the Staker Parson team to deliver quality products and projects safely, timely, and efficiently.
For more information or career opportunities, visit stakerparson.com.
State as the Aggies getting a good test here from UT Arlington out of the Sun Belt Conference. Not going away quietly here as Utah State led by as many as 13, but here comes UT Arlington cutting it to 6, Coach.
Yeah, really, I mean, everything we did at the start of the game that was so good we've gotten away from, which I'll go back to the defensive end. I think we're really loose, on-ball defending and allowing some easy dribble penetrations and And Arlington started they've started with some old-fashioned set plays. They run the horns, which is a single post player at the top, and they kind of scissor cut off of them. And then this staggered double and a staggered single, and kind of repeating that motion offense, which you don't see a lot in the WAC because we're a little bit more dribble drive motion action. But here, trying to get off those screens has been tough for the Aggies.
They are going to send Bean to the free throw line for 2 free throws. Thought it was on the court, but
yeah, it looked like it may have been, but we had a little continuation.
Bean, free throw, up and good. That's what happens when you're the 2-time defending Mountain West Player of the Week.
I like it. You gotta earn your props.
Yeah. Bean gets 1 more free throw, trying to push the lead back to 8 for Utah State. Shot is up, and shot is good. 36-28, 8-point lead for Utah State, with Javon Levi running the point. Averages about 4 points, 3 rebounds a game. Works it to Azor.
A little zone defense, 1-3-1. We've seen this a little bit with Dorius up at the free throw line.
Threw it up against Oklahoma late in the first half and gave him some fits.
Yeah, last play of the game, or last play of the half.
Levi to Azor. He'll take the straightaway 3, miss it, and Brock Miller pulls down the rebound. Outlets it to Rylan Jones. Hands over to Hamoda. Hamoda up top to Jones. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 3:25 left to go in the first half. Aggies lead by 8. Rylan Jones attacking the rim, gets underneath, spins, what a shot, up and good. Nuako is there trying to get the block, so he pump fakes, gets him off his on his toes a little bit, and then just lays it up and in.
It was Top Gun, put on the brakes, they'll fly right by.
Fly right by. Great pull. Here comes the zone once again. Levi on the right wing. They cross court over to Hoiberg. Hoiberg then back to Levi.
That's a point zone.
Bounce pass down low to Akko. Ball knocked out of his hands. Good job by Bean.
This is
deflecting it away. Out of bounds. Stays with UT Arlington.
Something you don't see often. This is a point zone, so it looks like a 1-3-1, but you have your post player playing up top and your point guard playing underneath the hoop, running baseline to baseline. This is really effective so far in this game.
Shimon Zapala is going to check in for Trevin Dorius. Coaching staff pleased with what they saw from Zapala on that trip. As looking to inbound, finally able to get it to Levi. Ashworth on him. Levi still attacking and puts up the right-hand shot. No good. Tipped around, controlled by Shimon Zapala. Outlets it quickly to Ashworth. Ashworth does not have numbers. Leaves it for a trailing Rylan Jones. Jones over to Bean. Bean back to Jones. 21 seconds on the shot clock. Aggies lead by 10, 38-28.
Back-to-back set plays.
Jones gets a screen, hands over to Ashworth. Ashworth takes the baseline jumper and leaves it short. And Shimon trying to get the rebound, and they're going to call, wow, a jump ball. Woo, I think that was a little bit generous. We'll take it, though. It still stays with UT Arlington. Thought for sure we'd get a foul there.
Chris Raffstadter's laughing just a little bit. Did look like he went a little over the shoulder there, but he kept that big left paw on there.
And that would have put Arlington at the line for a 1-and-1, so he'll gladly just do the jump ball and let him have a possession.
Yeah, and then give us the possession next, hopefully to start the half.
That's a good point. 2:26 left to go here in the first half. Aggies up 38-28. Siobhan Levi slowing the tempo down a little bit.
Aggies back to man-to-man.
Ashworth comes out to meet him at the midcourt logo. Works it right to Mwamba. Justin Bean right there trying to slow him down. Down to Akko. Zapala. Let's see how he handles the big man. Zapala puts an elbow right in his back, and he says, I want no part of that. Castro now on the left wing, and a illegal screen set on Akko, and the ball's going to go back to Utah State.
Yeah, quickly Rojas back in the game. Rojas is a better offensive player. Obviously doesn't give you the rim protection that Aki?
Keo DeRicci, Akko Bundo, Ihayago.
Well done.
And they call him Akko. We've got permission to call him Akko, so that's...
Yeah, we don't want to be rude.
No. 38-28.
1-3-1 by Arlington.
There you go. I like these defenses.
Good to see it early on.
Over to Brock, back to Ashworth. Swing it over to Jones. Jones gets to the free throw line, then outlets it to Brock Miller. Long three is missed, and Rojas pulls down the rebound. Levi to Azor.
Whoa.
Up against Bean, puts his shoulder down, tries to get Bean up in the air, but can't. Finally, outlets it all the way top to Levi. Good defense there. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Levi leaves his feet, hands over to Rojas, and Rojas lost the handle out of bounds. Good defensive presence there by Utah State.
Great job by Utah State, and kind of the same thing Rylan Jones felt. You can't jump and pass. At this level, he'll end up in the stands.
1:27 left to go here in the first half. Aggies lead by 10. Their largest lead in this first half has been 13. Brock Miller left to Jones. Gives it to Ashworth. Back to Jones for three. No good. Brock Miller pulls down the rebound. Splits the double team. Rolls it up and in. Look at Brock Miller. Attacking the rim.
Opportunistic, right? When the three's not falling for you, which it did early on, he got himself to the rim.
40-28. Aggies lead by 12. Aggies on a 6-0 run after seeing Arlington cut the lead to 6. Azor thought about a three, then takes two steps, takes the jumper, and knocks it down.
That dude's first step is, wow, out of this world fast.
All right, back to a 10-point game, 40-30. About 14-second differential. Trying to throw the alley-oop to Zapala, wasn't ready for it. Ashworth sees the pass go off the backboard, and a timeout will be taken by Arlington. 40-30. We'll take a quick 30-second coach's timeout. You're listening to Aggie Basketball from Learfield. Hub for alumni, faculty, staff, and students seeking a greater connection to expand their professional network, explore career opportunities, and give back to fellow Aggies through mentoring. Visit aggienetwork.usu.edu to sign up today. Aggies lead by 10, 40-30, 32 seconds left to go here in the first half. So there's only about a 3-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock, as Arlington can't hold for the last shot, but can come pretty doggone close. And Levi looks like he's going to do just that. Rylan Jones will give him some space. Won't force the issue. Now down to 15 seconds. Down to 11, down to 10. And here we go. Arlington will start the offense. Rojas sets a screen for Levi, then flashes right. Azor gets into lane, attacks, puts a shot off the glass, gets it to go. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Over to Hamoda, takes the three at the buzzer. No good. Leaves it a bit short. It's an 8-point lead for Utah State.
And so, no space.
Bounce pass down low. And Horvath lost the handle, goes out of bounds off of Horvath. And it'll be UT Arlington's ball. Not a great way to start the second half.
Got to throw it up to him. He's a big man. I mean, even if he does play like a guard.
All right, Levi brings the ball down the court. UT Arlington, and they're all blues with white trim. Levi now on the left wing, guarded by Jones. And an offensive foul is going to go against UT Arlington.
Yeah, he's so excited to roll. Is that his third?
Yep.
Yeah, he's so excited to roll that, man. Maybe his second.
Keo DeRicci, Akabundo, Ihiego. Sorry, I got it down now.
Flexing now. Let's go live action.
Oh, now let's not get crazy. Rylan Jones, the Bean. Bean down low in the right low block. Kicks it back to Idlerock. Idlerock gets to the free throw line. Pump fakes, then hands over to Brock Miller, then gives it to Bean. Cross-court pass to Horvath. Pump fakes the three, goes out of bounds. On the deflection, it'll stay with Utah State with just 7 seconds on the shot clock.
UT Arlington can close out to the basketball under control. They've done a great job of running us off the three-point line, causing us to pass.
Rylan Jones will inbound. Finally gets it to Idlerock. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, cranks the three, and knocks down the three. Aggies push the lead to 11, 43-32. First bucket for either team here in the second half.
Yeah, good clock awareness there, knowing that the clock's going down, gets himself an open three.
Azor up top to Levi. Levi up against Rylan Jones. Drives into lane, loses the handle, kicks it left, then up top to Azor. Azor, left wing shot up and no good. And finally controlled by Utah State. Rylan Jones catches it in stride, quickly down the court to RJ Idlerock. Back to Jones, gets a screen from Horvath. Works inside the three-point line to Idlerock. Then down low to Horvath, all by himself, nearly stepped out of bounds. His shot at the rim is missed, just kind of got confused, lost his footing, and couldn't finish at the rim.
Yeah, that's no man's land down there, a little overpass.
Straightaway shot is missed badly by Castro. Already has one air ball and nearly had another, and you got to tell me what's going on there.
He forgot one contact. I don't know. That's two that aren't even close, Scotty.
And if the whole student section was here tonight, his life would be really miserable. Idle Rock back to Bean, who has not attempted a three tonight for the first time in the season. Ryland Jones drives baseline, kicks all the way to Idle Rock. He'll take that three and won't go. Bean nearly pulls down the rebound, tips it around, but finally controlled by UT Arlington. Levi drives in the lane, spins, attacks, gets the bucket, and gets the end one and flexes at the Utah State student section.
All 5-1 of him. That's interesting. I thought Ryland was vertical there, but got himself caught underneath the basket. Yeah, back to Justin Bean not attempting three. UT Arlington's done a good job scouting.
Yeah.
And Justin Bean, you've got to respect that three-point shot right now, and they're running him off the three-point line.
Levi hits the free throw. Rojas is going to check in. Akko is going to check out, who's dealing with 2 fouls on the night tonight. And Justin Bean inbounds to Idle Rock. The lead is back to 8, 43-35. Aggies pushed it to 11, but a three-point play gets it back to 8. Justin Bean to Idle Rock, puts his shoulder down, drives in the lane, caught off, needs to get rid of it. Backed up top to Horvath. Horvath drives on Montez Young, pass down low to Bean. Bean lays it up and in. In traffic, wants the foul. Officials say play on. But Justin Bean on the night tonight with 16 points, 7 of 7 from the field.
Efficient.
I would say so. The analytic guys would say that's a very efficient night.
It's useful.
Javon Levi down low to Rojas, faces up, works against Horvath, puts a shoulder into him, off the glass, got it to go, and a foul against Horvath. 45-35. That is not the score. Scoreboard's going to work it out. It's 45-37. It's an 8-point game with a chance to get it back to 7 with a free throw from Rojas.
This is, when he's able to get the ball that deep and start pounding on Horvath, he's a little underweight right there to guard that. It's a mismatch.
Rojas makes the free throw. And UT Arlington, one of the worst free throw shooting teams in the country, is now 6 for 6 from the line tonight.
Well, yes, of course they are.
Idle Rock crosses the timeline. Dorius into the game for Horvath. Works it right to Brock Miller. Brock then swings it up to Ryland Jones. Jones back to Idle Rock. Idle Rock cut off, though, by Levi. Has to get it back to Jones. Jones thought about a three, then hands it to Idle Rock, who attacks and draws the foul as he's driving into the lane. Coaching staff's like, why didn't you shoot it? And Ryland Jones like, I didn't catch it cleanly enough. And that happens. I love the coaching staff. Look, you had a good look. Fired up.
Yeah, but again, got to be in rhythm, and it's got to be comfortable for you.
Ryland Jones works it all the way up top to Idle Rock. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Brock Miller pump fakes the three, kicks it back to Ryland. He'll take that three, and it won't go for him. Misses it. Good job by Dorius trying to keep it in play, but still controlled by Rojas, who kicks it to Levi. It's a 7-point game, almost a 4-point game, as a 3-point shot attempt just barely missed. A foul on the rebound by Rojas, and the ball will go back to Utah State.
Yeah, that'll hurt. That's his third, and he's done a good job for him offensively and on the boards.
So Shamir Wilson, the third big, is going to check into the game with Akko and Rojas dealing with some foul trouble.
Hoiberg back as well. He had a good first half. Strong,
yeah, some good moments for sure.
Little player, and looks like he's playing with a broken nose and still fighting through it.
Bean, is Utah State able to break the full court press. Works it to the baseline, then rotates it up top to Brock Miller. Brock will take the three. No good. Air ball, but Dorius with the catch in stride and throws it down with 2 hands. There you go.
Great assist by Bean.
Yeah, Justin. That should be his first assist of the night tonight.
Yeah.
47-38. Aggies lead by 9. See if that gets Dorius going a bit. Wilson works it right. Hands over to Mwamba, who's back into the game. Then to Azor. His floater with the left hand is missed, and Bean pulls down a rebound. Aggies want to run. Ryland Jones to Ashworth. Pump fakes the three, drives base, down to Bean. Bean shot is blocked. Beautiful block shot, and here comes Arlington with a 2-on-1 fast break. Azor attacks, gets the shot up, no good. Tipped around and up and in by Shamir Wilson. 47-40, back to a 7-point game.
Oh, just a pesky team, aren't they?
We will have coaches there in some way, shape, or form. You'll enjoy it. Good food, good pizza, good beer. All right, Rylan Jones triggering the inbound. Gets it to Justin Bean. Back to Rylan Jones. Jones with only 2 points on the night so far. Hands it up top to Stephen Ashworth. Down low to Dorius. Dorius gets the dunk. And he gets the end one and flexes and says, how about that? Justin Bean giggling a little bit on the 2 back-to-back dunks by Trevin Dorius.
Well, that'll keep the naysayers at bay. Good little dish off. Ashworth drew the defender and dropped it right. You got to throw it right in his chest and he'll catch it.
49-40, Aggies lead by 9. 4 points here in the second half by Trevin Dorius. He's got 5 on the night. Let's see if he can get to 6. Free throw is up and back iron missed it. Rebound pulled down by Mwamba. Over to Hoiberg. Aggies lead by 9. Azor, who's been great tonight for UT Arlington. Hands back up top. Then receives the ball right back from Hoiberg. Azor, right to Hoiberg. Hoiberg gets into the lane, then works it back right. Drives, gets caught up in traffic. Up top to Hoiberg, takes the straightaway 3. Looks good. Nope. Left it a little short, and Ashworth comes away with it. Ashworth, cross court to Brock Miller. Thought about taking the 3 in transition, but wisely decides against it. Hands over to Ashworth, gets a screen, drives baseline, layup up, and no good. Dorius tries to keep it in play, and does not, and he draws the foul. Mwamba's going to get hit with the foul, and Trevin Dorius has just been a wrecking ball here in the second half.
Yeah, just great effort right there, and ends up with a hook and hold, and taken down to the ground.
That's the 16th foul on UT Arlington.
Fast and furious in the second half. I think the Aggies stretch their legs a little bit here if they can finish at the basket.
20 seconds on the shot clock. Akko back into the game for UT Arlington. As Ashworth will trigger the inbound. Finally gets it to Brock. Brock takes the quick turnaround jumper and miss it. Rebound pulled down by UT Arlington. Hoiberg quickly in transition. Hands over to a trailing Castro who has airballed a couple shots in the student section letting him know about it. Mwamba pump fakes the 3, then drives, takes a step back, picks up his dribble, hands back to Castro. 13 seconds, 12 seconds left to Mwamba. Drives base, met there by Dorius, still attacks the rim, and they'll call a late foul against Trevin Dorius. It's one of those, let's see if the shot goes in or not. If it goes in, we're going to let it go. If it doesn't, we'll call the foul. We're not going to give you the end one.
Yeah, a little bit of an advantage play there, and I think once your arm comes down, it's easy for the officials to see that, whether he hit him or not.
Yep. Mwamba steps to the line. 1 for 2 on the season. Only 2 trips to the line. His first shot is no good. And that is the first UT Arlington miss from the free throw line tonight. Now 6 of 7.
If they miss the next 5, they'll be back to their average.
Right back to their average.
Shooting into the student section.
Thanksgiving break has done a little damage to the student section tonight, understandably so. As long as they're back on Thursday when St. Mary's rolls into town.
Oh yeah, we'll need them. We'll need them.
Yeah. Second free throw's good. 49-41, 8-point game. Ball deflected out of bounds, stays with Utah State. Hoiberg gets the deflection. Aggies will inbound on the far side of the court. Moving left to right.
Oh.
Ashworth looks for Bean. Instead hands over to Rylan Jones. Picked up there by Levi. Gets a screen from Dorius. Rylan gets to the elbow. Back to Bean. Bean driving and is fouled. And that'll be the 17th foul on UT Arlington, giving the Aggies the 1-and-1 opportunity. 13:46 left to go here in the second half.
Yeah, that's really good for the Aggies to get to the line that early. Just keep attacking that rim. That's been the difference in the second half, and it's created some foul difficulty for UT Arlington, and we need to take advantage of that.
So Justin Bean, free throw is up, and free throw is good. Used the front of the rim, got the friendly roll, and it earns him the second free throw. Aggies trying to go up double digits here in the second half, led by as many as 13 in the first. led by 8 at the break. Second free throw is perfect, and the Aggies lead by 10, 51-41. Javon Levi, who on the night tonight has been running the offense, but has 7 points. Hands to Hoiberg, works left baseline. Rylan Jones is on his back pocket, tries to drive, then steps back behind the three and dishes right back to Levi. Levi up against Ashworth. Ashworth fights underneath a screen. Levi works right, then left, and then back right. Crossover dribble, caught up. Ashworth still on him, takes the turnaround jumper and misses it. Stephen Ashworth, great defensively. A foul is going to go down low, and who's it going to be on? Ooh, Justin Bean. Not sure I agree with that one, Coach. Help me out on that.
Well, I would say I'm in agreement with the fans.
I think they look at the fact that UT Arlington has 17 fouls, Utah State with only 3 or 2 at that point. Thought, all right, let's even things up a little bit.
Did they call the foul on Bean?
Yep.
It was Dorius. Looked like Dorius came in and hit him from behind as both he and Bean were. So they just got the wrong guy.
Bean gets hit with his second foul, inbound to Levi. His baseline shot is, oh, no, it's a pass, excuse me. I got a Coach Odom right in front of me, so I can't see anything.
He's out of half court right now. He's excited. There he goes.
Mwamba. Yeah. Back to Hoiberg. Hoiberg outside the three-point line, works to the right side, drives, tries to throw the alley-oop to Akko. Instead, it's off his hands, and Bean pulls it around. Hands over to Ashworth. Ashworth over to Brock Miller, back to Ashworth. A trailing Justin Bean. Straightaway three is blocked by Akko. Kicks it over to Jones. Akko, how great was that? Back to Miller. Miller for three. Yes, sir! Brock Miller buries the three, and the Aggies up by 13, matching their largest lead of the game. Timeout on the court. UT Arlington wants to talk about it. Brock Miller goes to the crowd and said, let's hear from you. Wing back to Hoiberg, posting up. Rojas against Dorius. Had some good positioning, but gave it up. Rojas back to Levi outside the three-point line. Comes around to screen, works it left to Azor. Down to Rojas. Dorius nearly gets hit with a foul, but still holding on position. Rylan Jones comes away, rips the ball away, and it's taken away by Brock Miller. Good job by Dorius, Rylan Jones, and Brock Miller defensively on that possession. Aggies force the turnover. Bounce pass to Dorius. Dorius outside the three-point line to Brock Miller. Brock steps behind the line, thought about a three. Justin Bean gets it, though. Bounce pass down low to the feet of Dorius. Goes off his big size, probably 15, and the Aggies turn it over. Long three on the right wing. Azor buries it, hits the three. That was a rough transition there on both sides.
We've got to do a little better job offensively, getting a little better shot.
54-44, back to a 10-point game. Aggies match their largest lead of 13. Azor is able to cut it right back to 10. Rylan Jones, bounce pass to Bean. Bean couldn't find anything, gives it to Ashworth, over to Miller. Miller back to Ashworth. Ashworth, long three, straight away, got it to go. 3 feet behind the line, no big deal. Stephen Ashworth knocks it down, his second three of the night, and the Aggies back up by 13. Works it left to Azor. Bean puts a hand in his face, finally gives it back to Rojas. Rotates right to Montez Young. Over to left to Azor. Pump fakes, got Bean in the air, takes 2 steps in, takes the shot, miss it, and Bean pulls down the rebound. Justin Bean now with 5 rebounds on the night to go along with his 18 points. Ashworth, who just hit a big three, hands over to Rylan Jones. Jones bounce pass in the post to Justin Bean, faces up. Will he take the shot? He does, and he knocks it down.
Of course.
Justin Bean, 20 points on the night, faced up against Young from about 10 feet out, says, I'll take that, thank you very much.
It's his money maker right there.
Young, right to Azor, to Hoiberg, works it right to Levi. Levi then to Azor. Dorius comes out to knock it out of bounds with a pass intended for Rojas. Takes us to our under 12 media timeout. Aggies up by 15, 59-44, 10-23. By Ashworth, who's been good defensively here in this game. Comes out to guard him. Levi then works it right to Azor. Works against Bean, pump fakes. Bean gets right into his face, cross-court pass, stolen away by Rylan Jones. Jones gets back, hands over to Miller. Miller for three, no good. One-handed rebound by Justin Bean and drew the foul on the one-handed rebound.
Azor had the other one, firm grip on it.
You see Rylan Jones on the Brock Miller three, put his hand up, thought it was for sure going down.
Not so much, but that's a good shot.
Man celebrates a three like that, you got to knock it down.
Yeah.
So Justin Bean, 1-and-1 opportunity here. First free throw is good, earns him one more. Justin Bean, 21 points on 8 of 10 from the field tonight. 60-44. Aggies up by 16, make it 17. Aggies on the court right now, Stephen Ashworth, Brock Miller, Justin Bean, Trevin Dorius, and Rylan Jones. Javon Levi pounds the dribble. Ashworth's on his back pocket, tries to get around him, takes a contested floater, airballs it. Rojas gets the rebound. He can't finish at the rim. And the Aggies going the other way. Outlet to Bean, Bean to Ashworth. Ashworth thinks about the three, comes around the screen from Dorius, drives into the lane, works it over to Brock. Brock drives, his floater is up and good. Brock Miller gets the floater to go, and Brock has got 14 points on the night. Actually make that 16 points. Timeout, UT Arlington, 9:34 left to go. We'll take it, 30-second coach's timeout. You're listening to Aggie Basketball from Learfield. Arlington, 63-44 is your score. Aggies on a 9-0 run. If you want to back it up the last 4 minutes, it's actually a 14-3 run. Tax reform laws impact almost all tax returns each year. Taxes can be confusing. H&R Block, with more than 60 years of experience dealing with those taxes. Information is available at hnrblock.com. H&R Block of Logan, owned and operated by proud Aggie alumni. Levi gets through a screen, hands back to Azor. Azor attacks, takes the jumper with the left hand, misses it. And Rojas has the rebound ripped out of his hands by Justin Bean. Of course he does. Justin Bean back to Rylan Jones. Jones cross court to Brock. Brock drives baseline, kicks it all the way back to Jones. It's wide open. It's a three. It's good. Rylan Jones puts the three up in the air and says, yes, sir. Aggies up 22. Javon Levi works the left side of the court. Brock Miller switches on him, takes the jumper, misses it, and UT Arlington has gone cold. Aggies on a 12-0 run.
Nope.
And a travel is going to get hit by Rylan Jones, and Rylan knows it too.
That's the Eastern European step again.
Yes. That Eastern Bloc step doesn't quite work the same way. Aggies up by 22, 66-44. You can back up this over the last 5 minutes, Coach. It's a 17-3 run.
Yeah, the Aggies really kicking it in on defense, and that's leading to easy opportunities on the other end, and we've got Arlington on their heels.
66-44. Remember, this is a UT Arlington that gave a real good scare to San Diego State. Aztecs won that game 68-62.
Yeah, I mean, you see why.
Hoiberg sends a cross-court pass to Mwamba. Bounce pass down to Akko. A foul's going to go against Utah State. They'll hit Ashworth for getting his hand in the cookie jar.
A little mismatch. That's a giveaway there.
I believe that's the 5th team foul on Utah State. It is. By the way, as good of a night as Justin Bean has had, how about Brock Miller with 16 points? 4 of 8 from the three tonight, too.
Yeah, really, he's done a good job driving the basketball as well, so he's kind of kept the defense off kilter. Carson
Bischoff into the game. Long inbound pass, nearly stolen away. Hoiberg's able to collect. Works it left. Mwamba with it. Ashworth comes out to help. Mwamba down low to Akko. Then back up top to Azor. Takes the long three. Misses it. Akko, though, with a good offensive rebound. Back to Hoiberg. To Bischoff. Right to Azor. 15 seconds on the shot clock. 8:03 left to go in the game. Azor gets into the lane. Rylan Jones nearly strips it away. Hands over to Hoiberg. Hoiberg for three. That's off the back of the iron, and Brock Miller skies for the rebound. Rotate right to Rylan Jones. 7:48 left to go in the game. Aggies up by 22, 66-44. Jones into the lane. Only 2 points on the night tonight, but he's been great as a facilitator. A pass stolen away. Carson Bischoff with the ball, attacking. Puts his shoulder down. Does he get the charge? He does. And guess who drew it? Snickers bars for everybody. Rylan Jones draws the charge. Turnover UT Arlington. Ball will go back to Utah State. 66-44, 22-point lead for the Aggies early on a 12-0 run. UT Arlington come in the game averaging nearly 20 turnovers per game. On the night tonight, they've got 12. Justin Bean, 2 rebounds away from another double-double. He's got 22 and 8 on the night tonight, as well as 2 assists.
It just continues to really fill the stats.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's not a fluke.
No. Stephen Ashworth, as UT Arlington puts on the full court press.
That ain't going to work.
Hands over to Bean. Back to Ashworth. Good job. Good effort.
Yeah.
Aggies cross the timeline. RJ Idlerock back into the game. Works to the left side. Up top to Horvath. Rotate right to Ashworth. Down low to Bean. Bean's got good positioning. Left-hand layup up and in. Mr. Automatic. When he gets positioning like that, turn out the lights. The party's over. Hoiberg gets to the elbow. Hands up top to Mwamba outside the three-point line. Over to Castro, who's been roughed up pretty good by the crowd tonight. Hands over to Carson Bishop, the Weber High grad. Rotate right back to Castro. Or excuse me, Mwamba. Mwamba takes the three and Miller pulls down the rebound. Brock Miller's got 5 rebounds on the night tonight. Up top to Horvath. Right to Idlerock. Over to Horvath. Horvath drives. Lost the handle. Goes out of bounds. And it'll be off of Horvath. Turnover, Utah State. And for the Aggies, that's their 9th turnover of the night tonight. 68-44, 24-point lead for Utah State with 6:37 left to go here in the game.
Horvath gets some minutes here, get his confidence back. He hasn't really been able to play with early foul trouble.
Yeah, Horvath on the night tonight, just 2 points on 1 of 4 shooting. Levi comes around the screen, then brings it left to Bishop, wide open for 3 and nestles it home. That's his specialty, folks. He's a shooter, and he'll be good for this team as a shooter when they get into Sun Belt play.
Yeah, and he's shooting on his home court.
Yep. 68-47, 21-point lead. He's got 3 threes on the night tonight, had 2 in the first half. Idlerock gets in the lane, swings across court to Ashworth, down low to Bean. Bean back to Ashworth, steps into the 3 and knocks it down from the baseline. Stephen Ashworth hits the 3. Aggies up 71-47. 5:55 left to go here in this one.
Yeah, the Aggies really running away right now. Just another good stop here and consecutive kills now.
Z Hamoda set to check in on the next dead ball. Levi guarded by Ashworth. Puts a shoulder into him, gets around him, drives, puts it off the glass, got it to go. That was a heck of a play by Levi. Got around Ashworth, and I think it may have gone against Bean.
No, that's Hovarth. That'll be his fourth.
Horvath,
He got him in the air, and little guy goes into a big guy. Big guy is always going to suffer.
71-49 is our score, and Levi's going to step to the line. Levi with 9 points. If he hits the free throw, that'll get him to double digits on the night tonight. Not bad for a guy who's only averaging 4.6 points per game. He gets that free throw and gets to the line, or gets to that 10-point plateau. 71-50, 21-point lead for the Aggies. Only led by 8 at the break. Ashworth to Idlerock. Aggies quickly down the court to Hamoda. Hamoda, right-hand layup, off the front of the rim. And couldn't get it to go.
I was surprised he was that open, I think.
Yep. Levi still attacking, puts the shot up, miss it. Justin Bean, that's his 9th rebound. He wants to run the point to Ashworth. Alley-oop, back to Bean. Bean couldn't collect. Goes out of, will stay in play. UT Arlington's able to keep it in play. 71-50, 21-point lead. Driving in the lane is Young. Young caught up, nearly turns it over. Spins against Horvath. Needs to get rid of it. Finally dishes over to Montez Young. Montez Young takes the jumper and he airballs it. And Ryan Odom whistles over to Ashworth, says slow it down a little bit. We're out of control. 4:54 left to go here in the game, and the Aggies up by 21, 71-50. Idlerock to Ashworth, takes the 3, filling it, he buries it. 74-50. Stephen Ashworth on the night tonight is now in double digits. He's got 12, including 4 of 6 from 3, Coach.
Yeah, he, again, scoring off the bench, that's what you were looking for, and he's giving you what you wanted.
Working the left wing is Bischoff, guarded by Horvath. Horvath drops off him, so he'll take the 3 and miss it off the front of the iron. There's Justin Bean, his 10th rebound of the night.
Now we can get him out.
Yeah, now it's like, all right.
Give him a break here.
Shut it down. Up by 24, you have your double-double. Let's call it good. Bean, 24 points, 10 rebounds tonight. Horvath will drop into a 3. Leaves it a little short. Azor comes away with it. Aggies up by 24 as we reach the 4-minute mark. Aggies are going to win 5 games in a row after starting the season with a tough loss against UC Davis. Shimon Zapal is going to check in. And Bischoff's able to tip it away from him, and it's a turnover. Azor will step into the 3.
Travel.
And he'll travel with it.
You have to dribble.
Yeah.
It's part of the game.
When I said he stepped into a 3, he literally stepped into a 3.
Did. Yeah, he did. After he stepped into the step-in.
Yep. Discount Tire is your official sponsor of the Utah State promotional team. Big thanks to Discount Tire for their continued support of Utah State athletics. Ashworth with Carson Bischoff, his former teammate, on him. And his pass stolen away, intended for Hamoda. Hamoda unable to bring it in, and the Aggies with back-to-back turnovers. Siobhan Levi controlling the dribble, then hands to Mwamba. Mwamba then left back to Levi. Levi comes around a screen, drives, puts the shot off the go, gets it to go.
Changed his mind. Changed his mind. Pass it, I'll shoot it.
74-54, 20-point game. Horvath to Hamoda.
Middle.
Hamoda then back to Horvath.
Use the middle or your own sideline.
Rotate it right to Ashworth. 3:08 left to go here in the ball game, and the Aggies just kind of running out the clock, trying to put the finishing touches on this one. UT Arlington will drop to 1-5 with tonight's loss. Ball goes out of bounds. I believe it went off Rojas's foot. It did. It'll stay with Utah State with 9 seconds on the shot clock.
Yes, a great opportunity there. Drive, jump stop, reverse pivot away from the defense. You got some open looks for 3.
Ashworth only has 9 seconds to work with. Finally gets it all the way up top to Horvath, to Idlerock. Bischoff comes out to guard him. Idlerock puts his foot on the gas, gets in the lane.
Gotta go, buddy.
Download to Zapala. Attacks, gets it to go, draws the foul. You know what? He's got a good touch around the rim. He's got soft hands. I think he's going to earn his opportunity as the season goes on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that we have many big men that can reach down and pick up a ball like that. Like, that's an athletic play. And then to get up and finish it over his left shoulder, you know, he definitely gives us some help offensively.
Shimon Zapala gets the bucket, the end one, and gets the free throw. 77-54, 23-point lead for the Aggies. Next game for Utah State will be coming up on Monday when they welcome in Carroll College. Levi works to the right side, swings it left to Azor, attacks over the outstretched hands of Zapala, who tried to come away with the block shot. Unfortunately, he's not Nemish Keita. And Azor able to get the layup. Azor now with 17 points on the night tonight. Ashworth in trouble, gets it to Z Hamoda, nearly lost it, works down the baseline though. Swings it over to Horvath, who then gives it to Ashworth. Ashworth plants his feet at the U-State logo, then initiates the offense. Back to Hamoda, straightaway 3, get in there. No, back iron, couldn't get it to go. Has 1-3 in the first half in this game. 77-56, 21-point lead for Utah State. Azor puts his shoulder down into Ashworth. Lost the handle. Idlerock nearly steals away, and he does. Comes away with a loose ball after the deflection. Kicks it over to Ashworth. 1:50 and counting left to go in the game. Aggies trying to get Max Scholge into the game, but we just haven't had a dead ball. Ashworth will take the 3 and hit the 3 from the right wing. Stephen Ashworth, 15 points on the night tonight, 5 of 7 from 3. We ask who's going to be the guy who can get points off the bench. If Ashworth continues to shoot like that, it'd be to him for sure.
Yeah, definitely. With a lineup out here that's not a high-scoring offense, he's giving us some points.
Levi cross-court pass stolen away by Horvath. And the Aggies are going to empty the bench here in a second. Idlerock for 3, no good. Tried to stay in play with Hamoda. Let's see if the Aggies intentionally foul here. They will, to try to get some guys into the court, or on the court. So Max Scholge, Norbert Dellison, as well as, who else? Wagstaff's going to check in. So Travis Wagstaff gets some opportunities. Horvath gets a nice ovation. RJ Idlerock gets a nice ovation as well, leaving the court, as well as Stephen Ashworth. Aggies on the court right now include number 1, Travis Wagstaff, Max Scholge, Shimon Zapala, Norbert Dellison,
and
Z Hamoda.
We've defined probably some red shirts then? I would say at this point, maybe. I don't know
all
if
these
they've been
guys,
announced.
all these guys have played.
Yeah, I'm talking the ones that are not checking in. We're
Yeah.
probably looking at red shirt.
Yeah,
years now.
Cade Potter, I think, is going to be a red shirt. I've not talked to
okay.
the coaches, but
Yeah,
just
I
based
would
on
guess that.
playing time, I
Yeah.
do not believe they'll
Played in the
try to go to him.
exhibition, which was free and looked really good. So worth probably waiting a year with that many players in front of him.
Free throws are up and good.
But we're speculating.
Yeah. And, I'm trying to think who else. Connor Gillis has seen some time.
Yeah.
Hamoda to Dellison. Cross court to Shulga. Gives it over to Wagstaff. Travis Wagstaff rotates it right to Hamoda. 1 minute left to go in this game to Shimon Zapala. Over to Shulga. Shulga on the left wing being guarded by Hoiberg. Shulga outside the three-point line. Steps back, takes the long two, misses it. As trying to keep it in play is Zapala. Cannot. Goes out of bounds off his hand. And here comes Connor Gillis, number 20. Has not got his jersey in yet. Still supposed to be wearing number 13, but there's been a jersey mix-up. And so he's rocking the number 20 right now without his name on it.
No name 20.
Get that man a jersey.
No doubt. He's earned it.
Bringing the ball down the court is Hoiberg with 40 seconds left. Hoiberg drives baseline. Cut off there by Zapala. Works it right. Drive. Swing it all the way up top, left side. Hoiberg pump fakes the three. Drives, comes back, takes the two, and won't go. Tipped around, finally controlled by Akko. His right-hand hook is missed. Gets another rebound. Padding the stats. Over to Hoiberg for three. Yes. And that should just about do it. Utah State can run out the clock here, although UT Arlington still bringing the press. Swings over to Connor Gillis. Gillis outside the three-point line with 11 seconds, 10 seconds to Wagstaff, and now Arlington drops off, and Wagstaff's just going to keep the ball on his hip and call this game over. Hands over to Shulga. Max Shulga, and that is how this game ends. 80-61, a 19-point win for Utah State, pretty much controlling the second half en route to a victory. Utah State gets the win tonight, knocking off UT Arlington. Aggies led in scoring, another big night from Justin Bean. 24 points, 10 rebounds, and dishes out 3 assists. Nice night for Brock Miller as well with 16, 5, and 4. We'll kick off your post-game show next. Aggies get their 5th win of the season and their 5th win in a row. You're listening to Aggie Basketball from Learfield.